right, folks. I thought I'd get back to my notes as I do reaction on Esau. I want to look at some videos on, I want to react to like two people I'm subscribed to. I think it was, and yeah, I think they got a great channel, and I'm still learning myself, right? Like whenever I'm debating, like one of these camps that be on the street, like, you know, I'm not saying I debate them on the street, but you know, like if I ever happen to run into them when I'm debating them, I would like to make sure that, I have all my notes and and my intact, with all my studying, and so I can just go right to it. I can be ironclad, when I'm trying to prove that who Esau really is, because it's very important who we know who Esau is, because I do believe that Esau is the beast kingdom that Yah is talking about. So I believe that we just need to stop the spread of that. Esau is actually is the white man. That false doctrine does need to stop, because it's very important we know who Esau is, because I fully believe that the mark of the beast is coming from them, right? And so I'm just going to show you what I've got so far in my notes and what I plan on doing, and then I'm going to try to do some reaction videos here. We have here like the Dead Sea Scrolls, right, folks? This is from War Scroll chapter 1, 3 through 10. The Bible calls the Europeans, the sons of Japheth, sons of darkness. And then also at the end of he says that the white he also ends white supremacy pretty soundly here. So you can see, like in War Scroll chapter 1 verse 3 through 10, we have him saying that Kittim supremacy shall cease, right? He's basically saying, like, right there, he's going to end white supremacy. Like, bam, he got it. Hey, Mr. Person 21. And you're just in time, bro. Thank you. Thank you for commenting. How you been, Mr. Person 21? I'm glad you're here. What I'm talking about right here is the Dead Sea Scrolls. These are the scrolls they found in the mountains of Israel. Like, I think it was in the 1940s or something. I could be wrong. It was either the 1940s or the 1930s. I can't quite remember. Oh, dang it! Oh man, I forgot, Mr. Person 21. I knew I was forgetting something. I should have looked at the other videos you sent me. I'll try to look at them tonight. If if I decide to stream something tonight, I guess I can look at it then when I load up the PS5. But sorry about that. But I'm trying to check out the videos after the stream. So the videos you sent me. But as you can see, Mr. Person 21, here we have War Scroll chapter 1, 3 through 10. These are the Dead Sea Scrolls that was found in the mountains of Israel. This how you know that ain't no way the European, the white man wrote this, because right here, because you know how you're sick and tired of white supremacy there, Mr. Person 21. As it says here in War Scroll chapter 1 verse 3 through 10, it says, the Bible calls the Europeans, which is their biblical name, is Japheth, the sons of darkness. And it says, Yah's going to end, Kittim's supremacy. Kittim descends from Japheth, right? So Yah's basically saying, God is basically saying he's going to stop white supremacy. He's going to end, when he says Kittim, the supremacy of the Kittim. I hope you can read that right here. It says the supremacy of the Kittim shall cease, right? It says it right there, which is he basically saying white supremacy shall cease, right? And he says there shall be no survivors of the sons of darkness. So these verses right here is very interesting, which God Himself, the one, Yah, he's basically saying that he's against white supremacy here, and he's gonna destroy them. And I love this. This might be my favorite my favorite verse out of the War Scrolls, Dead Sea Scrolls, right here, where it says, "There shall be great panic among the sons of Japhet." Like wow! I wonder if we can get that on a T-shirt. There shall be great panic, or put it on the flag. Not that I hate anybody. I don't hate anyone. Okay, I'm just gonna lay that out. But as a nation, they do have that spirit that's on them, right? And we gotta be careful, like it said up in the Japheth envy video. Hey, Mr. Person 21, did you watch the Japheth envy video? Did you ever watch the Japheth envy video? Okay, and so okay, and as you can see right here, so I'm just gonna go over this real quick about my basic notes of what I've gotten so far with my notes, because I believe my notes do need an update, because I've been watching other people's videos and I've been learning, I'm still learning things, about this, breaking it all down, and because I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I know everything, but I know enough where I'm gonna speak on that, but I'm always willing to learn and admit when I'm wrong. I try to humble myself, but as you can see here, we're gonna go over my notes real quick right here, what I have so far before I do some reaction video. But right here we have Japheth's genealogy. We have right here, like, this is basically the Europeans. This is the descendants of Europe. Hey, light unto the Gentiles. Welcome to the stream. But as you can see here, we have Japheth's genealogy here, right? We have Javan here, which is the white Greeks, right? I used to get Javan and Kittim confused and mixed up. I'm like, wait, which one is it? I'm like, but from what I studied over the last few years, now I get it. Like, Javan is the Greeks and Rome is Kittim, right? Then we got Ashkenaz right here. So I can see that Ashkenaz. And it's always what's fascinating right here. So basically, that I hope I don't get in trouble for saying his name on YouTube. On YouTube, but it rhymes with his name rhymes with I don't know, what's it? Twitler. I don't know. Twitler. Let's say Twitler. His name rhymes with Twitler. But, well, I guess I'll go ahead and say it. Surely YouTube won't get me for just saying his name. But anyway, Hitler, right? It's strange. So Hitler was basically unaliving his own people. Because look right here. Ashkenaz is right there. And you have, the like the sons of Japheth all here, right? So Hitler was basically unaliving his own people. I mean, what a doofus, right? How are you unaliving your own people, man? Like, I mean, that's wild. They want to sit up there and the white supremacists want to say that we're violent. I mean, what is that all about? Unaliving your own people like that at such a large scale? I mean, it's like right on the nose, right? And of course, let's see. And I guess here's some more details. I put some more details about the verses, the War Scroll verses here. It says, the sons of Levi, the sons of Judah, and the sons of Benjamin, those exiled to the wilderness, shall fight against them with all their troops when the exiles of the sons of light return from the wilderness of the peoples to camp in the wilderness of Jerusalem. Then after the battle they shall go up from that place, and the king of Kittim shall enter into Egypt, and in his time he shall go forth with great wrath to do battle against the kings of the north. Kings of north of Israel, right? So that was definitely he's talking about the Europeans, from the cold country, right? And in his anger he shall set out to destroy and eliminate the strength of Israel. Then there shall be a time of salvation for the people of Yah, and a time of dominion of all the men of his forces, and eternal annihilation for all forces of Belial. And with this big reveal right here, I mean, I think this is a huge clue showing who Esau truly is. And not only that, I do believe that Esau will be the beast kingdom ruling the world, and I don't believe it to be Rome, because there's a huge clue that's found up in the book of Revelation. Was it chapter 13 through? Chapter 13, verses 16 through 18. And where it mentions the beast, right? You can actually find Allah's name. Now, I know this sounds wild here, folks, but you can actually find Allah's name up in what was that? What was that verse? I think it was Revelation 13. Hold up. Where was that at? Yeah, okay, Revelation. Okay, yeah, 13:18, right? Up in Revelation chapter 13, verse 18, you can actually find Allah's name in the original text of the New Testament, which is Greek. You see, what I believe is going on here is when the Holy Spirit had John write out the 666, he wrote it in this original text. He didn't write it in English, the way English write the 666. Because remember, the New Testament wasn't written in English. It was written in Greek, right? So this is what John would have saw right here when he wrote out the 666. He thought he was reading it in Greek, but in actuality he was reading it in Arabic, because we have seen this symbol before, and it's in the name of Allah here, right? And the Muslims are wearing this mark today, and I find that so fascinating that you can actually find Allah's name in Revelation chapter 13, verse 18, right there in its original text. And to prove it, we have the Greek numerals here, right? We have the X, which is 600 in Greek, right? Then we have this little squiggly thing, 60. Then we have this little hook thing with a dot under it, right? 6, right? And so this is what Esau, the real Esau, is doing right now. They're literally wearing the mark right here, right? And of course, I put right here, Esau is not the white man, on the main fact that you can find Allah's name in Revelation 13:18 in its original Greek text, thus proving Islam is the beast nation. Japheth is indeed the white man, in which the Dead Sea Scrolls prove it in War Scroll chapter 1, 3 through 10. Now, here's the breakdown here. It said Joseph was a Bible scholar that lived around the time of Paul the Apostle. Josephus, chapter 18. I believe this is where I got it. Shout outs to Light Unto the Gentiles 7, because I used some of his images here and to update my notes here, and I thought it was great that he used this right here. I got this from him. It says Isaac bid him kill kids of the goats and prepare supper. So Jacob obeyed his mother according to all instructions. Now when the supper was got ready, he took a goat skin and put it about his arm, and by reason of its hairy roughness, he might by his father be believed to be Esau. For they being twins and in all things else alike, differed only in this thing. See, they only differed in that thing because they are twins. So they weren't different in color. Like the difference was the hairiness, right? So if he was white, then he would be able to tell who it was, right? See, black men's our vocals are a lot deeper than white men's, and so he would be able to tell who was by listening to the voice of who is who, right? So, and I got this note right. I got this notes from Light Unto the Gentile 7 here as well. It says that where he talks about, like, let's see. Like, you know how they use that talking point of saying that from Genesis 25:25 said, and the first came out red all over, like in hairy garment. They call his name Esau, and they think it means like red, white, like, but it's what y'all was talking about. It was like red brown, right? Like, and the Light Unto the Gentiles said it should come as no surprise that the original Hebrew word Adam, red, related to Adma, earth, so presumably red like earth, was not a reference to a pinkish color. It would be more accurate to say reddish brown, right? This does not support white and ruddy, but supports dark. And of course, he showed, here's some coins of Edomites. Artabolus, the Edomite. And you can see the curly hair and right here on these two coins. These are the people of Edom, Jacob's twin, right? And he also showed on the walls of the Catholic Church, they had black Edomites painted on there, right there. So there they go. And I like this. I like this because they also use this a lot because they say different manner of people. Well, Light Unto the Gentiles show when I learned from him that manner, like, was just, it means there's a definition from it, and we need to get that definition right. Right here it says a way in which a thing is done or happens, a person's outward bearing or way of behaving. So how they're behaving, not necessarily what they look like, right? It's arrogance and pompous manner, right? And he used an example here from 1 Kings 22:20. And the Lord said, who shall persuade Ahab that he may go up and fall at Ramatha Gilead? And one said on this manner, and another said on that manner. 2 Chronicles 18:19. And the Lord said, who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall at Ramatha Gilead? And one spake, saying, after this manner, and another saying that after that manner. So you can see right here how manner is being used, right? It's a manner like how people act and not how they necessarily look, right? And we can see here that that Esau mixed with mostly Ishmaelites and Canaanites, right? Which makes me believe that since in Genesis 9:27 it says Japheth shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant, right? So that would mean that those Canaanites in particular that he's talking about in that specific verse are the Palestinians. So it looks like, from what I studied, that today's Palestinians have a lot of Esau's blood in them too, right? And that's why, and Yah is judging them today, right? And then what was I about to say here? And of course, Esau took his wives with him, right? And he went down south to the area. Was it the Jordan area, right? Which is where Mount Seir is, and he had a child with Bashmith, Ishmael's daughter, right? And of course, so Reuel would be your first, like Saudi Arabian technically then, right? Because Esau and Ishmael got together, right? That would make Reuel here your first Saudi Arabian, because Esau married Ishmael's daughter and had offspring with her, right? So we have, so as you can see here, Esau mixed mostly with Canaanites and Ishmaelites, right? So since Yah is see right here, even though I think you have to read between the lines right here, because even though it says that he took his wives and he took his family into down south of Israel into Mount Seir, right? And since Yah is currently judging Gaza, that would mean that a lot of people up in Palestine still has Esau's blood in them, right? So they're being judged, right, for what they did to the Israelites, right? So the Palestinians have Esau blood. Not saying all Arabs are Esau. I'm not saying that, but a lot of them are, right? And not all Ishmaelites are Esau. Some of them are though, but and that goes for Palestine too, right? Gets a little confusing because Esau did go around sleeping with all those women, right? But so when you go down south, you have Kingdom of Edom here. So it's obvious that they live right next to each other. So of course people are going to mix, right? So you have, because remember how the Bible calls Esau the border of wickedness, right? That's because they're literally on the border of Israel, on the southern border, right there. Of course, we have the map here. We have Saudi Arabia here. We have Mount Seir, Dedan, Because remember, Yah said he was going to destroy Esau from Teman to Dedan, right? And here it is. There go Dedan, there go Teman. But somehow those Pharisee camps try to make this out to be the white man, which is impossible. Because when Yah's obliterating Edom, he's telling you exactly where they're located. But I have the brother that I'm debating. He actually said that that Yah was speaking in spiritual terms. I don't see nothing spiritual about this. I think Yah is being completely blunt here. No, I don't believe he's using parables or speaking spiritually at all right here. Okay, he's being straight up, just like he's passing judgment on Gaza right now, like he said he would. I see a lot of the atheists and people whining about woe is Gaza, oh poor Gaza. Well, it's clearly they're under Yah's judgment right now. They just are, right? So, of course, I talked about slavery in Palestine. I learned about that. So I believe that's the reason why they're being persecuted. But I don't want to get too much into that. I just want to move on here. But I'm just showing you my outline of my notes that I have so far. And because I would like to, so what I'm trying to do is create the perfect argument and put it in the notes and stuff. So so my argument can be ironclad. So when I'm debating someone, I can really show them what just slay them with truth. Let's just slay them with truth, just by telling the truth, right? Of what's really going on, proving that who Esau truly is, because it's important we know who it is, and not because I'm trying to spare the European or anything. I don't judge anyone, right? I love all people, right? That's like Yah commands us to. But when Yah's putting judgment on people, I gotta speak that, right? I believe everybody can be saved, but when God puts judgment on you, that's just what it is. So it's not that I'm trying to be anti-European or anything. Of course not, But they just like we were judged, they gonna be judged, right? I got right here, Japheth is the progenitor of white people timeline. Here we have, Japheth. You have David Duke, Richard Spencer, or of course who. I don't want to say his name because I don't want to bring politics to the channel. Because I don't want no white supremacists coming up in my chat. But so we got Richard Spencer. We got that racist Pepe the Frog meme here. And of course, we got Genesis 10:1-5 saying basically the sons of Japheth are Gentiles. So that's amazing how they dress up in these white gowns and burn crosses and just basically doing witchcraft. I say, well, just listen to it. The leader calls himself the Grand Wizard, wizard of the KKK, and I'm like it's like they openly admitting that they're doing witchcraft by saying that. Right? Said, oh, he's the Grand Wizard of the KKK, right? Strange, thing that the very Bible that white people claim shuts down white supremacy soundly. I just love how it wastes no time. How the Bible wastes no time shutting down white supremacy. How Yah wastes no time. He wastes no time shutting it down. Right? So he shuts it down in Genesis 10:1-5. He shuts it down in he shows their territories up in 2 Samuel 1:18 and Jasher 10:1-18 and War Scroll chapter 1:3-10. So These are all white nations here, okay? And okay, so to sum it up, I even have the for people that don't understand. I know everybody's seen that show called Blue's Clues. I believe that's how easy Yah made this. Like, I mean, I'm just shocked at how easy he made it. So there's that. Oh, like all you just have to, all you have to do is go to Revelation chapter 13 verse 18, and where it talks about the mark of the beast up in its original text, and you have Allah's name right there in Revelation 13:18. Allah's name is literally in Revelation 13:18 in its original Greek text, proving that Islam is the beast nation, and which Esau will eventually get in power, which is we're getting there. Anyway, I'm just ready to move on. I don't want to sound long-winded here. Let's just go ahead and try to see if we can react to. Okay, go ahead and pull this up right quick. Okay, here we are. Okay. I thought I'll look at some more notes here. I mean, some more, react to some more videos here. Let's see. I would like to see some more about Esau. Because you can always learn more. There's always something else to learn. That's what I discovered. But I need this to update more of my notes. So whenever I'm debating. Okay, let's see. So this is light, as you all can see, this is Light Unto Gentiles 7 channel. So y'all make sure y'all subscribe to his channel, because he got really good, great content here. Let's see here. He got like 14 parts to Esau. Wow. He breaks it down. Let's see here. Where should I go here? 14. Maybe I should go to. Okay, where was that part? I'm asking Edomites part. Okay. Dang, I think I forgot to change my thumbnail. Oh man. Yeah. I meant to change it, but I think I forgot. Let's see here. Thought I'd do some reaction. See if I can adjust my notes. How to add something to my notes that I find really interesting.
Because there were some things that I wanted to mention in the book of Obadiah that I didn't have time to mention in episode 3. Let's get started with something huge, which really shoots down this Esau's the white man doctrine right here in verse 2 of the book of Obadiah. Now, Obadiah is a book, just like really every point and book they use when these One West camps use when they try and prove that Esau's the white man. They pick through certain parts. They never read books in their entirety. They pick fragments. And they have to chop up Obadiah a lot because it's going to surprise a lot of you guys how Obadiah actually has a lot of things in it that contradict the possibility of the Europeans being descendants of Esau. Now, if we go to verse 2, this one is probably the biggest nuke to this doctrine here. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen. Thou art greatly despised. So we learn two things in the book of Obadiah. That the Edomites are disliked and that they are a small nation of people. He made them small among the heathen. And I'm going to add a third part. He didn't say that they are the heathen. He said that they're small among the heathen. Because remember what we've learned in past episodes, that the Edomites are not heathens. They are Hebrews. They are Shemitic Hebrews, descendants of Abraham and Eber and Shem.
Exactly.
So we know that they're not the heathen, which I'm going to tie this up to something I'll bring up later. But a lot of One West Israelites in these camps mention the depictions of Christ and how the Gentiles have recolored what Christ looked like. But when you read the book of Maccabees, I believe it says that the heathen shall repaint your portraits in their likeness. It doesn't say Edom. So the fact that that's something, a prophecy that fits white people to a T when it comes to repainting the patriarchs to look like them, and that's a prophecy to the Europeans, the heathens, not Esau. That could never be Esau because Esau's not a heathen. That is a huge hole in this doctrine as well, because one of the biggest prophecies in the scriptures that fits white people is completely ineligible fitting Esau. But let's get into this. Behold, I have made thee small among the heathen, and thou art greatly despised. Now, anybody who knows anything about countries, populations, and census reports knows that the white man is far from small. He is, in fact, very, very big.
Hey, let's look at that right
I'll take it a step further and say that there is no country on this earth where not at least one act very, very.
Dang, that's a lot. The Russian 144 million. Dang. Germany has 83 million. United Kingdom 67 million. French Republic 67 million. Italian 59 million. Kingdom of Spain, all hitting million. All these European nations, right? Oof, that's a lot.
Big. And I'll take it a step further and say that there is no country on this earth where not at least one white person is currently living. You have millions of white people in South Africa, millions all over Europe.
Whoa, wait, I didn't know that. Let me go back right here. Did I read that correctly? How many people are in, how many white people in Zimbabwe? Did I read that correctly?
Where not at least one white person.
It says okay. It says there are 4.5 million white South Africans. 4.5 million white South Africans. Wow, I did not know that. That's a lot of white people. That's a lot of Japhites in Hamite land, right? So they don't really belong there, right? Because didn't the word of Yah say that the Europeans supposed to get cold land up north? Well, they're not supposed to be in the land of Ham, right? That's not supposed to be their territory forever, right? Up north, up in cold land, right? There are 4.5 million white South Africans. Kenya, Zimbabwe, and Namibia all have white communities. Kenya, Zimbabwe, and thousands more are scattered among Angola, Zambia, Congo, Senegal. Okay.
Is currently living. You have millions of white people in South Africa, millions all over Europe, millions in America, millions in Asia. You even got some in the Philippines. You got white people in South Korea. You got white people in the Middle East. They're everywhere. So this automatically makes the white man uneligible for being Esau in the book of Obadiah right away, because we know that the white man is not small. And when digging into sources like census reports and populations of different European countries, and all countries of the earth in general, the number I came up with from the different census reports is that there are currently 1 billion white people alive today. Now, leave a little bit of room for inflation, because once again, that doesn't mean that everybody on that 1 billion list.
So they can't be small among the
white
heathen.
people. A lot of times people can just falsely write down what they want to identify as on the paperwork, but keep that in mind. But yes, the white man is not a small nation of people, so that automatically makes them uneligible for being Esau. And now let's take a look at the greatly despised part. Now, contrary to what these camps believe, they are the only ones who have this hatred for white people, because the white man is not hated, or the so-called white race is not hated.
Yeah, in fact, everybody subscribes to white supremacy.
Without white people, there would
even
be
the Latinos.
No there would be no Google. There would be no Amazon. There would be no Pop-Tarts. There would be no Ford trucks. There would be no NASCAR. There would be no NFL. There would be no NBA, and the list goes on. So all those things that you're crazy about and you're loving were invented by Japhetic heathens, white people. So this automatically makes the white man uneligible again, because clearly the world don't hate white people because they love all their stuff. Moving on. Though that exalt thyself as the eagle, and though that set thy nest among the stars. Now, I'm going to break this down, because they say this is a reference to the eagle has landed, the 1969 space expedition.
He wasn't talking about outer space.
Just like I mentioned in the last episode, that was false history. It never happened, because you can't even go, outer space is not a thing. You have the firmament. So no one can literally set their nest among the stars. But I'm going to talk about something right here. I'm going to go back up to verse 3. Because verse 3 and verse 4 are actually connected. I'm going to link these up with a precept in the book of Jeremiah. We're going to find out, what this exalt thyself as the eagle and set thy nest among the stars is really talking about. But the pride of thine heart has deceived thee, thou that dwellest in the clefts of the rock. We've already dealt with the Caucasus Mountains in the last episode, so we know about that. Whose habitation is high. See, key word, whose habitation is high, because Mount Seir is a mountain. All right, the Edomites live at high habitation. Says, and that saith in his heart, who shall bring me down to the ground? It's not saying who's going to bring me down from outer space. All right. Now, one thing, I'm going to give you a little bit of a nugget before I precept this up with Jeremiah. But there was a house of a certain famous man, and it was a house that was on top of a mountain, and it was called the Eagle's Nest, because eagles set their nests up high on mountains. So exalting thyself as the eagle and talking about the high habitation is not who went to outer space or who has stars on their flags. It's a reference to living at high habitation. And when we precept this up with Jeremiah, we're going to learn that. And one thing I really want to bring up that's interesting about these camps, They say, who's ruling the earth? You know, the white man, this is Esau and all that type of stuff. But here's the problem. They say that Obadiah teaches that whoever has a space program and whoever has stars on their flag and whoever has military might is Esau. Well, that would mean the Chinese are the Edomites, because China has the strongest army in the world, not any of the white nations. They also have stars on their flag.
I agree.
And they have a space program. And on top of that, they have ancient eagle symbolism. So they're ruling the earth, they got stars on their flag, they have a space program, and they have history with eagle symbolism. So does that mean the Chinese Edomites?
Yeah, even Egypt has an eagle. Egypt has an eagle.
Now let's continue on, because this is going to be another big missile for this doctrine. All right? And then I've seen people go to verse 6, and they say how the things of Esau are searched out, how his hidden things are sought up. Now, he does have hidden things, but contrary to popular belief, there's nothing hidden about a white woman walking a German shepherd. That's not discovering somebody being Esau. But the Most High is going to reveal Esau's secret places and where he's actually dwelling at, and what land he lives, and where his descendants live, and where the Edomites are going to be located at in the end times judgment. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not Europe. All right, here's verse 9. I really want you guys to see this. And thy mighty men, O T-man, shall be dismayed to the end that every one of the mount of Esau may be cut off by the slaughter. So it says the mighty men of T-man will be dismayed at the judgment of Esau. They never read this. You know, the One West camps never read this in their videos, that the mighty men of T-man will be dismayed. Where is T-man at? Where
right
is
there.
T-man?
I showed you that map in my notes
because it says the mighty men of T-man will be dismayed. So where's T-man at?
Okay, so somebody actually told me. So I was debating someone, and someone actually told me that y'all was talking in spiritual terms. That's still the white man. He said that white man moved from there. That he's being He's talking spiritual. But he can't now name one city when Yah is obliterating Edom. One city in America and nor Europe when he's obliterating Edom. Yah doesn't name one city in America nor Europe. Not one. Like, you know. Oh, thank you for commenting, Hebrew Elevation Church. Shalom, bro. Thank you for commenting.
In verse 11 of Obadiah, and I'm not going to get into the Romans a lot, because later on in this series we're going to cover the Romans, because they say that the Edomites are the Romans. But right here, this is talking about when the Romans came in and conquered Jerusalem in 70 AD. And we can see that the Edomites were not the Romans conquering us, but they helped the Edomites. Let's read. In the day that thou stoodest on the other side.
The Romans worked together. The Romans worked together with Esau. They're not the same people. They work together.
Strangers carried away captive his forces, and the foreigners entered his gates, the Romans, and cast lots upon Jerusalem. And even thou was one of them. See, our Shemitic Hebrew brother stabbed us in the back. Verse 12. But thou should not have looked on the day of thy brother in the day that he became a stranger. Neither should thou have rejoiced over the children of Judah in the day of their destruction. Neither should thou have spoken proudly in the day of their distress. Thou should not have entered into the gate of my people in the day of their calamity. Ye, though thou shouldst not have looked on their affliction in the day of their calamity, nor have laid hands on their substance, or laid hand on the substance in the day of their calamity. Neither should thou have stood in the crossways to cut off those of his that did escape. Neither should thou have delivered up those of his that did remain in the day of distress. All right, so right now we see that Esau is playing the role of the backstabber. He's not the heathen Roman man who came in to conquer us from Europe. He helped them. As you can see, some of us managed to escape the Romans, but Esau cut us off to keep us from escaping. And he delivered us up, the ones that were still there. Dang. So we already know that Esau is not the Romans. And once again, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm going to save it for later on. But I'm just going to tell you a little bit about European history. And one thing that doesn't make any sense. So they say that the Europeans are Esau. But keep this in mind. They say the Greeks are Esau too. We're going to look in the book of Joshua and find out some truth about that. But they say the Greeks are Esau. And they say the Romans are Esau. So that means Esau conquered Esau. But then they say the barbarian tribes, the white tribes, the Scythians and the Gauls and all them, they say they're Esau too. So based on what they teach, Esau conquered Esau. So Esau Rome conquered Esau Greece, and then Esau barbarian conquered Esau Rome, and then Esau tribes conquered each other. So it doesn't make any sense. Why is Esau fighting Esau? All right, because one thing that's important to know is that Esau is the Edomites are one nation. They have Amalek, which is related to them, but there's two nations of Edomites. There's not like 12 or 15 or 30 different nations like you have with Japheth or you have with Ham. So they're not different nations. So why would Esau be killing himself? And then you look into the book of Maccabees, when the Greeks came and started killing the Edomites, why you say Esau is Edom? Well, that would mean that Esau is murdering Esau. That doesn't make any sense. But we're going to save that for later on when we start covering the Romans and the Greeks and then the Europeans and in full coverage. But let's move on.
All right, that was a real good lesson there. I think I'm going to tweak my notes right there, add a few things into my notes.
Eagle, I will bring thee down from thence.
Hold on, let me pause that. All right, I think I'll watch something to see Bishop Nathaniel here. And this is Sons and Daughters of the Covenant of Yah here. I hope I'm saying his name right. Malachi Ministries. And this brother, he has a lot of interesting videos as well. He really nails it. I mean, he keeps. Yeah, well, it seems like he just keeps digging a hole there, Mr. Person 21. He just keeps digging and digging. Just when I think he's gonna stop, he digs the hole deeper. So that's how I feel about that. See here. Oh, that was very interesting. He actually, this brother, he watched a video of black Edomites from an African movie, right? And Light Unto Gentiles had a clip of it up on his video of him reacting to it, I believe. I'm wondering what should I?
Check out this screenshot of my credit score. Just a few months ago, it was in a low 500. That all changed.
It's so interesting. I guess I could check out a few. I kind of want to see another reaction video of the Edomites.
Shalom.
But I think this is so interesting. I think I'll watch a few minutes of this here.
It's your brother, Priest Kazak, and I'm doing a reaction video to my brother, Light to Gentile. I promised him that I would.
Oh, he got it from you. Oh, okay.
Video in my
he got it from you. Oh, okay. Now I see.
So, thank you, honey. I'm going to do this response video as requested, and I said that I would do a response video, so I'm kind of delayed getting to it. But being that I work 12, 14 hours a day, sometimes it's hard for me to get some extra time in between. So
yeah, I know who you're talking about, but people gonna figure it out too. We still gotta be careful. People started to figure us out like from the last stream, and then
so our brother, Light to the Gentile. This is his YouTube channel. Light to the Gentiles, light unto the Gentiles. Keep saying light unto the Gentiles. Number 7.
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe to Light unto the Gentiles 7, y'all.
Channel. Show the brother some love over there, and he's doing a great work, and he's chopping up that Esau, the white man doctrine, and he's reaching out to all the nations as we Israelites supposed to do. So before I go ahead into the actual reaction, I want to play a clip, and I want to make a recommendation. If you all would get this video, the reference, I'm going to show you a clip of it, and we're going to get into the reaction. And this is actually, the film is called La Genesis. It's was produced in Mali. And if any of you know about Mali, you know Mali is a place where Mansa Musa, right?
Yeah, that's the richest man in the world, right?
On the planet. Richer than
King
Solomon.
I heard about him.
He's the richest man ever lived. So if he was richer than me, he was richer than King Solomon. And this is the same territory where Ibrahim Traoré, I think that's how you say his name, Traoré, is the prime minister of Burkina Faso, I think it is. So let's look at this clip real quick, and then we're going to get into my brother Light to the Gentiles. Okay, here we go. Listen in.
Oh man, I think my laptop trying to slow up on me here. Esau the hunter, older brother of Jacob. Lord, you created the world, but there was no water. You created man. Still no water. The dry wind made him cry. I thirst. Then you created woman, unquenchable thirst. But why then did you create brothers? Must we live forever with drought and thirst? And as brothers, we've been condemned to hate another. Esau. Don't forget your duty to take revenge. Whoa. Duty to take revenge. Whoa.
So it's interesting that how they depicted Esau as being red like me, and not as being Caucasian. So I thought that was kind of interesting. It's odd that a film like this is not well known amongst a lot of people, but we as Israelites do. And I want to give kudos to Moray Josiah.
Man, I'm learning something every day, man. I like this.
I thought about it while
it's always something else.
So let me see
I love
if I can find that video. And I know I had it saved on my hard drive, but here it was already laid out for us. Okay, so now without further ado, let's go ahead to our brother Light.
Once launched, this dental appliance received an explosive response and quickly became popular.
unto the Gentiles, unmasking Edomite series. We're gonna start right with part 1 right here. 15-minute video. Nice little catchy intro. I like that. Like that music. I don't know if you originated that or not, but
that's right. It is.
I got
catchy.
the water screen in the background. Oh, that's nice. Got the glove going. I see you, brother.
Good job with the sound.
All right. Well, so far, I want to pause. Just wanted to say I like the intro. Good intro, my brother. Very professionally done. Good job. Good job on that.
I seen this Wallet Shoebat.
Very important to
he actually helped confirm that the Beast
people
Nation is Islam.
Channel.
So yeah, I know exactly who that is. Wallet Shoebat.
A little work on that. I mean,
and he's the one that talked about the whole
because of
where I discovered that the whore of Babylon was that cobblestone in Mecca.
So I have to get it in when I can get it in. But I used to upload my videos.
So I know who that is right there.
The Apple Mac computer, which I still have, and so I got tools to do it, but just don't have the time to do it. As I finish this project over the next 6 or 7 months, trying to get out of debt. What the project I'm working on now. All my time is consumed right now in getting out of debt. Okay, and then once I'm out of debt, then I'll be free to spend time on the several books that I started that I haven't completed yet. Okay, so with that said, let's go ahead and play. So he's this is Ezekiel 25. Let's let it play. Okay.
Iman to Didan. These are biblical cities that are in Arabia.
Let me see. Hold on. He said something that was key. Let me back up for a second. What did he just say about Arabia?
Because Ezekiel 25 tells us Edom is from Timan to Didan. These are biblical cities that are in Arabia.
He said T-Man to D-Dan. Okay. I guess that clip kind of came in short. I guess
they try to argue with me that that's spiritual, though.
That the territory
there's one guy that I'm
Esau
debating.
is from T-Man to D-Dan. Okay. Let's go.
I think Yah isn't talking spiritual right here. He's being straight up with his no parables. That's
okay. So here's a coin that I think you sent me that coin, the link to that before. But this is a coin showing Aristobulus.
Yeah, I put some of that in my notes.
And it actually looked like Ben Amin. You know, remember Ben Amin, the leader of the African Hebrew Israelites of Dimona? He kind of favors him a little bit. Let me move out the way so you can see. Okay, he kind of favors him. Let's continue.
All right, y'all. I just wanted to see that part about the. I just wanted to see that part. You know, about the movie, about the. But you know, I was gonna try to look at some more stuff about the notes, but my laptop is trying to overheat on me. I hate that. But I don't want my laptop to overheat. I'm gonna have to cool it off right quick. So I'm gonna have to end the stream. Hopefully next week I'll be able to do some more because I really would like to get some more time in, to really just have make the ultimate notes, you know, so I have them on the ready when I'm ready to debate somebody. I just want to get it all in my head and study all the new stuff that I've learned, so I could just slay them with the truth, you know. But I'm gonna go ahead and let's see. Just want to thank Mr. Person 21 for commenting. Thank you, bro. Of course, thank you, Light Unto Gentiles 7. And of course, thank you, Hebrew Elevation Church. And of course, Mr. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I already just said this. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Remember to live every day in victory, and of course, cueing the victory music, victory fanfare. Till next time, dudes and dudettes, and we are out.